Hi, my name is Patti Negri, psychic, medium, and good witch. You probably know me from Ghost Adventures or some of my other reality shows, but now I'm excited to say I am on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Spooky.
So I hope everybody's enjoying a great summer. Now I got a question for you. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody just assumed you were something that you're not? Well, this real life clip that just happened to me, I'm going to call it mistaken identity. Tell me about this character that you're playing right now. I think it's, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you know where the bathroom is?
Bathroom? I don't look like no, listen, I'm a talk show host. Do I look like a gent? Do I look like I have toilet paper? Yeah, I'm a talk show host. Like, all right, so the bathroom is down the hall to the right, and make sure you wash your hands, okay? Because, you know.
Oh, come on. I learned that a long time ago.
All right. Not a problem. Well, I hope everything comes out well. Nice to see you. Thank you. We'll be right back with Patti Negri. So welcome back to the show, everyone. So my guest tonight is widely known from Ghost Adventures on the Travel Channel, but she's also known as the go-to psychic medium for Hollywood. But you know what? Let's take a look at a clip.
We have invited Patti Negri. Patti is a very well-known psychic medium. We have used her on many different investigations of Ghost Adventures.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can't breathe. I really can't breathe.
Okay, we're just spinning. We're going. There's a lady on the ground.
What do you mean there's a lady on the ground?
I don't know. I keep seeing, it's like a visual. It's like a vision. This is the darkest place I've ever been.
Light and darker turning, luck be in the burning. Light and darker turning, luck be in the burning. We want to raise the veil between the worlds. We kind of call in the spirits and entities within this house.
What happened to you? This way.
Please welcome to the show, Patti Negri. How you doing, Patti?
I am excellent. Thanks for having me on, Todd.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Oh, sorry. I just thought somebody was over here. Yeah, man. It is a pleasure. You are my first psychic medium have on the show. So I'm excited and freaked out at the same time because I'm here in New York City and we got a lot of crazies up in here. And I know you have a lot of them too. So there are different crazies from the New York City people to the LA people. But I would love to dive into what you are doing right now. It's a really cool podcast. I know you have two of them, but the main one you're working on is the Witching Hour. Tell me about this. The success of it's been great. And tell me where you came up with the topics and everything that you're working on right now.
Okay, my big gig in life with all what I do is I love people. I love to empower people, and I see energy. I see all this stuff. Yeah, great. And I do ghost TV, but I really like seeing people and just like teaching. Basically, I'm kind of like a teacher and I like to learn all the time. So it's like, why don't I come up with a podcast where I have really amazing guests in the occult, spirituality, supernatural, hypnosis, from everything from Catholic priests to voodoo doctors to vampires to witches to hypnotists, and see what their magic is. And it's great. So I get to learn and everybody else gets to learn. It's casual like this, just talking back and forth. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, it's kind of fun. And I do every segment, I do a little magic moment where I teach something magical, whether it's like, why you want to pee on your feet in the shower or put a little salt in your toilet. Why, I tell you, or to like basic spell working and spell casting and how to talk to ghosts in your sleep, normal stuff like that.
I like how you say pee in the shower. I think one of the reasons why guys pee in the shower, honestly, especially guys, they're just lazy. It's like the toilet could be right there. And they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to pee on my feet. I mean, it's, it's right here. But it's the
what
same
it does, if you actually, it's kind of an old witchy thing. And it's safe. You're in, it's sterile. It's not, but it opens it's a road opener for you. It's old school. It opens, like if you're not sure of your path or your doors are getting closed in front of you.
Yeah.
Pee on your feet in the shower. It's a door opener. Just works.
Oh man. Well, let me ask someone, like me having guests on my show, we do our research. When you must do a little more research than me, because I'm sure with your popularity and having the gift, right? You probably come across so many people that want to be on your show and kind of faking the funk, claiming that they have the gift. I mean, how do you decipher from the real to the not real? Is it a hard thing to do for your show?
Well, I do my research too, and I don't have anybody. I don't have you. Okay, I want to see your gift. Okay, let me see you know the future. Okay, let me see you talk to dead people. I don't do that. It's more like what their knowledge, their expertise. Like I'm not an astrologer, but I love it and admire it. So somebody who's known for their astrology, I do have a lot of authors on my show. So right there, I got a book. I agree with their philosophy or I don't agree with their philosophy, but at least they have a philosophy and it's well thought out and it's educated and it's legitimate. So that helps me a lot to be able to do that. It's like, okay, you have a book, let's go.
That's great. Yeah, I love this interviewing people. I mean, just be able to do what you love, especially what came to you, which is pretty amazing. Now, when you first got this, I have to ask, because obviously my audience, they're getting to know you as well, even though you know them. When you found out that you had the ability, did it kind of freak you out at first, like what was going on, or did you just accept it right away and say, "Hey, this is kind of cool"? Right? Tell me about that.
Yeah, I was born this way. Honestly, I was a little kid and I just thought everybody could talk to the other side. Everybody could talk to dead people. And I honestly think little kids are gifted. I think little kids are those supposed, imaginary friends little kids have aren't all imaginary, but it gets taught out of us in our modern Western non-mystical society that becomes your imaginary friend. Right. We base everything on this left logical brain and not our right creative intuitive. It just didn't get taught out of me. I was obsessed with the dead. I was obsessed, not in a dark or morbid or scary way at all. I just like talking to them. So I literally did my first seance, which is one of the things I'm known for. I was 7 or 8 in my little suburban Los Angeles home, stuffing towels into the doors in the hall where there was no windows. And, I don't know dead people. Look, Marilyn Monroe, John Kennedy, any famous person I knew as a little kid. And thus it began.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, a lot of people have asked me in the past, like, hey, we should do a Ouija board. Like, let's get stoned and do a Ouija board. First of all, I want to be coherent. I don't want to be wasted because it's just going to make the thing worse. And then number two, I'm so freaked out even thinking about using like that. If I happen to ever use something like that, it's probably because I lost my car keys and I'm trying to figure out where they are. So I want to ask the other side, hey, bro, could you point where my car keys are? I'm late for work and I need some help. And by the way, what do you need? Can I help you out? You want to take a ride?
That is a good philosophy. Yes, not being high, because that's when dark stuff can get in. Not saying don't smoke after, don't do whatever. Right. But I think I've been using them safely since I was a kid. I don't think they should be sold at toy stores. I think they should have a completely opposite set of directions. Not this is a toy. This is not a toy. But they're safe if you know what you're doing. You don't go. Anybody out there, anybody come in. You don't let anybody in your house, right? Yeah. Not the serial killer next door. And you don't just believe what they say. Somebody who says it's your grandma, it might be the drunken ghost at the 7-Eleven down the street. It's like, you set up your own within your own belief system, whatever that is, whether Judeo-Christian, pagan, atheist, or whatever. Set up your boundaries and what it is, and then be careful, and then you're fine. The only time I've ever gotten in trouble, and I've gotten in trouble, I had somebody burst into flames at Marilyn Manson's house, and I had my ribs broken by the Black Dahlia killer. They can be dangerous, but other than that, every time has been easy and fabulous. And like you said, practical is good. Spirits like to be practical. I got an iPhone code. This young guy passed away, with illness, leaving his wife and this little kid with, the 1,000 pictures on the iPhone. She didn't know his code. Boop, Ouija board, 722, open it up.
Yeah. And I have to ask you, now there obviously are people out there that say, no, this and that, but I think almost every person in the world, in some way or another, whether they believe it or not, and I think they do believe it, they just don't want to admit it, believe in ghosts, believe in spirits, because a lot of the stuff like fate, destiny, and, we can see this, and where do we go to the afterlife? So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just that. No, I believe, because where do we go? So I believe that everybody, whether they want to believe it or not, or admit it or not, believes in the afterlife. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is we all love movies, right? We all like love the Avengers and everything else because it's what we can't could it become possible, and that's why we love the dream, right? Do you feel that movies put a negative focus on people like you that have the ability to see the other side? Because you ever notice in every movie, it's scary as hell.
Yeah.
And they always have a psychic, and then you turn around and there's a young girl backwards on the ceiling looking at you, about to eat your face, and then the psychic comes in like, go away, poltergeist, and all this other stuff. Do you find that movies do hurt your field?
Of course. I mean, yes, they do, and can help and can hurt. But yeah, that's why the Ouija board got a bad rap. Somebody else will use dowsing rods. I have dowsing rods right here. They'll use a pendulum or tarot cards, but they're afraid of a Ouija board. It's no different. It's a portal. It's a communication tool. But we, Hollywood, made the Ouija boards bad. That's it. So then we put the reality on it, and we do create our own reality and spirit. So therefore it became bad. But yes, movies, of course, show psychics bad, mediums bad, witches bad. You know, I've got it going from all sides. And on top of it, for every one good, legitimate, I'm here to help people, there's 1,000 scam artists. So it is a weird profession. It is like, yes, no, you have a curse on you. Give me more money. No, you don't have a curse. Curses are way too highly rated. No, it's not a demon. It's not a demon. It's a cranky ass ghost. That's it.
You ever have people just ask, hey, is there any way that you can predict the lotto? Because I need to pay my phone bill. You ever get those all the time?
Yeah. And I do not think we could do the lotto. And because I believe that, therefore it's true for me. If I'm able to get an iPhone code and I'm saying, where's the will? They can do numbers, but I think that's kind of like cheating. We weren't given our gift to get the lotto numbers. Otherwise, then we wouldn't help people. Everybody's, I'm floating on my island. You know, I won the lotto 17 times. Yeah.
I know.
I don't think that's why we have it. You know, there is some higher power, whatever, that goes, use it for good. If you misuse it too much, it goes away. And lottery, that's kind of low vibration. Not saying you shouldn't play it or do it, but to use the gift for that is.
Because don't you think, I mean, I believe this, like, let's say you did use it for that, right? I think if there is the higher spirit that controls you having the gift, I think they would take it away because you abused it, not for what it was made for. You believe in that too?
Yeah, I yes, I think they do. I believe we do have lots of control. I think we could turn it on and turn it off, and I do all the time. I have the biggest on-off switch and a dimmer switch when needed. I don't want to go to the grocery store seeing people's dead ground. I don't want to be Long Island medium. Yeah, mother wants. No, I don't want to talk to her. I want to get produce.
Like, oh my God, I have to do this.
Oh my God. But again, I don't even think that's ethical as far as talking to people who haven't asked to talk to you. Not about her, because people know she's there because there's a crew. Right. It's not like it's television. But I mean, I think it's legit and she's legit, but no, I think, if you misuse it too much, it's a karma. It'll flip back on you, whether they take away your gift or they give you all the wrong numbers and you lose all your money playing the lottery.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I think spirit has a kind of a good, funny sense of humor sometimes.
Oh, it's got to. I mean, it's part of life. Now, in everything that we do, there are things called triggers where it triggers something in you to be better, to work harder. In order to, bring your ability into life, is there a trigger or a method you have to go through in order to get to that level for you to perform the way you do as a psychic medium, or does it just happen?
I think I've been doing it so long it happens, but I teach this, and I do teach people whether their trigger, their method, or whatever, whether it's with breath, it's an intention. I'm a big believer of that mind, body, spirit philosophy that 20,000 books are written on: psychology books, self-help books, spiritual books, occult books. We'll never surpass our thought pattern. Got it. True. Body, you have to take action. Spirit, that magic behind it, whether it be faith or affirmations or vision boards or spell working. And the same thing with your gift, turning on your gift, allowing your gift. It's like come up with whatever it is that works for you. The big thing of turning on the gift as far as seeing the other side is learning to shut down that left logical brain and dance between it. Because you could have this, your right intuitive, creative, spiritual artist brain is where you see spirit, is where you can see possible futures to paths to the future. Your left brain, pays your rent on time, logical, red lights. Right. If you go, grandma's behind me, and you're feeling it, and then you're left, oh, that makes sense. It's just indigestion. Somebody opened the window. That's ridiculous. She wouldn't. You just shut it down. So just in practicing, I say, just say yes. Just say yes. Hi, grandma. Hi, grandma. Is that you? Do you have a message for me? Whatever that is. And if it trains your little muscles. And in 2 hours, if you want to go, was that really grandma or was that indigestion? Great. But it's just learning to say yes and not get logic in the way. As soon as you try to logicalize or this needs to make sense, you're shutting it down. You're shutting it down.
Oh yeah, 100% agree. Now you've done a lot of appearances. I mean, Master Chef, you did Flipping Out, Jeff Lewis, and AGT. Those must have been some great things to do. Obviously, there were different audiences. AGT, obviously, people look for entertainment, whether they believe it or not. Were you more inclined where you liked it with Master Chef because it's obviously a different show? The
whole thing for me is the challenge. I like a challenge. I don't want to challenge like climb Mount Kilimanjaro. The whole thing started out with Wipeout that I was told, and just to prove how powerful we humans are, actually, there's a moral to this story. I was told when I was 30, if I made it to 50, which I probably wouldn't, I'd have cancer and this and that and brain tumors and this and that. If I made it to 50, I probably wouldn't. I would be in a wheelchair. And I kind of went, oh, no, that's not going to work. I gave up being sick. Every symptom went away, everything. So at 50, I went, screw this. I'm going to do the world's hardest obstacle course, not that physical. So I used good, positive magic belief system. And next thing I know, I beat 100,000 people and I'm doing the hardest, scariest, painfulest thing I've ever done and most empowering. I did the big balls. And so then I go, oh, that's addicting. Okay, what can I do now? Okay, my husband won't let me in the kitchen. I got kicked out of home ec. I'm going to cook for Gordon Ramsay. Same thing. Beat another 100,000 people, Master Chef. So then the AGT was just my next challenge. I'm like, okay, I should not have done Wipeout. I should not have done Master Chef. So what am I really not right for? Because I'm in awe of the singers, the dancers, the acrobats. They are the best of the best. And I'm going to do America's Got Talent. Next thing I know, I'm rolling on the floor, making an idiot of myself with Howie Mandel. I do like to make a fool of myself. It's like, yeah, we are human. We are wild. We are crazy. So yeah, every audience is different.
Oh yeah, and it's fun. And I love that how you say you like to kind of make fun of yourself. Listen, life's a joke. You have to have fun no matter how serious it is. And that's how you enjoy life, because you may be going through crap today, but you know what? Tomorrow's the next day. So it's like, leave it in the past. Now, you're back to your podcast. It's a great show. You're working with a lot of co-hosts. You got Adam Carolla, you got Jason Ellis, you got Manukau Muller, and then you do Coast to Coast with George Nori. How do you like working with all these great people?
Well, since I like a challenge, it's fun to do like the shock jocks. To Adam Carolla is like, yeah, we're doing a seance on Adam Carolla. He's like, not, and I swear to God, a spirit tried to like throw a lamp at him. It was funny. And they're all different. The same thing with Manukau Muller. George Nori, of course, he's in the supernatural even more than I am. He's the aliens and the cryptids, and he's really great. He's just because he's like the godfather of this world. So it's fun. Again, I like experiential stuff, and everyone is different. I would get bored if every day was the same. Yeah. So I created it to be different.
Yeah, and I love that you said that. And speaking of different, I have to dive into this because I know a lot of my audience who ask, you've worked with a ton of amazing people, right? Especially in Hollywood. I mean, you're, I believe, from Long Beach, California, so you pretty much raised out there. I mean, you work with people from Emma Stone and Dustin Mull and Martin Sheen. By the way, kudos to you, Gregory Hines. I mean, the late, great Gregory Hines.
I'm a tap dancer. I was like fangirling out the whole time.
Oh my God. But I mean, it's so great that you got to work. I mean, unfortunately, they're not here. but to work with legends like that, and even like now, I think it's funny that you work with Ernie Hudson because you're right, because Ernie's like the classic Ghostbusters. I
know.
What could he even ask you? Like, he's like, listen, Patty, I have to do a scene with this green ghost who eats hot dogs. How do I handle that? It's like, what do I do? What do I talk to these guys about? Right now.
He did not ask me ghosty advice. Actually, it was funny because it was a baseball film with Josh Duhamel, and I played his wife. And I tend to fangirl. I'm like, oh my God, you're a real Ghostbuster. You're the original Ghostbuster. I'm on reality Ghostbuster TV, which is real, but you're a ghost. It was great. I'm like taking all these pictures with him.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a fun part about your job is not only you found your passion, but your passion is leading you into such amazing roads, and it's and it just keeps growing and growing. And you know what it is? You have piqued people's curiosity, and even the people that mock what they don't understand makes your popularity even grow higher because people don't understand why does that person have it, and why don't me? It's a really unexplained thing, because we all say, well, maybe I deserved it. Honestly, it was just about they were chosen. You don't look for the answers, accept it. And if she's got a cool personality, rock it, and I think it's great what you're doing. But besides being a psychic, what are the things are there some things that you just love to do that some people may not know about you that could intrigue them?
Yeah, besides the psychic, I run a school now. I have a network now, Paraflix. My big secret thing is I'm a wiener wrangler.
A wiener wrangler. Now, obviously, I got to ask, what the heck is a wiener wrangler? Because in my head, from a Queens boy, I'm thinking porn.com.
Yeah, no. Dachshunds, wiener dogs. Wiener dogs. Yeah.
Okay. Thank God.
In one of my because I ran a production company for a long time, I do everything. I was hired by the people who run wiener dog races. West Coast hot dog chain sponsors them and stuff. And I found myself in like the middle of nowhere, Texas, surrounded by 200 of these funny dogs. I'm like, these are the smartest, silliest, funniest dogs. I must have one. And I got one soon after, and she's passed now, but she raced at Los Alamitos 14 years. Wow. Losing every time, she did every wiener dog racing movie. Even in her old age, at age 13, she did a TV show with Mike Tyson. She's on a cover of a magazine with Mike Tyson. She drug him around like they were the comedy duo of the world. And now I have a new little one. She just hit a year. She's going to race for the first time in July. She's fast. My other one was fat and fluffy, and she was Miss Congeniality. She did a lot of TV because the personality, but that's why they let her run so much. My new one might be a winter wiener. Willow. Willow the winter wiener.
Willow the winter wiener.
And she has a segment on my podcast too, the Willow Report, every week.
The Willow. See, I like that. But the other one's like a tongue twister. It's like the Willow, the wiener. Winner on the witching hour. Like,
exactly. See?
On
Practice
the witching
speaking.
Hour. That is crazy. And by the way, congratulations on being a best-selling author.
Thank you.
You just keep doing it. I mean, you got 1 billion views over on all your TV appearances. And how hard was it, honestly? I don't know if you wrote the whole thing yourself, because a lot of people do get ghostwriters. How long did it take you to write this type of book? Because it's pretty lengthy right there. How long does it take you to do it?
I spent more time unwriting it than writing it on purpose to make it. I know that we have short attention spans, like the links of our podcasts and things like that. Exactly. People don't, but I wrote it and I went, this is words. I don't care about my words. Cut half of them. No, I just started because I realized, again, how I see energy and how I work with people. And I'm an LA girl and I'm busy. It's like, in helping people, it's like I've said this like 3 times, this about how to run your hands underwater to relax. I'll just start it right. If I write it down, I won't have to keep saying it.
Right.
And it's like, and it's like hacks. It's literally like life hacks to like make your life better and happier. And love is easy. Money is easy. Health is easy. Clear your house. It just without a big deal. So it didn't take that long. and now I don't have to say it all the time. And again, my whole thing is about people remembering how powerful they are, and and if they're not, who or what do they give it away to? So it just was.
Do you have some things in the works right now that you can actually talk about that's coming up, because you have so many different areas that you're in now? Is there something that's coming up that you're really passionate about that you can't wait for people to know about this? Is there something that we could talk about?
Well, the stuff I can talk about so far, again, is my school, which is great, universitymagicus.com. It's international. In just for a startup, I have 17 teachers already, everything from witches to vampires to Catholic priests to hoodoo and voodoo and Satanists. And again, it's still all positive magic. People don't quite get that.
Right.
So that's really exciting. And my network, paraflix.com. Yep. It's literally the Netflix of Paraflix. We're doing really well. Just started last year. Yep. I've just filmed a new pilot, which I really can't talk about, for Travel Channel, but it's pretty funny if it comes out. And I'm getting almost ready for my second book. It's being edited and stuff like that now. My next book on mediumship, and that, I think that's all I can talk about. Touring. I love touring. I'm doing a lot of the Paracons and stuff. I'm in Michigan. I'm in Massachusetts. I'm in Kansas. I'm in Dallas. I'm back.
What about New York? What about New York?
I know. I need to get to New York. I haven't been there in a couple of years. I need to go see a Yankee game.
Everybody, when they do anything, comes here because this is the audience. Like, come on, we actually come out. We enjoy. We love her. I mean, we got a naked cowboy. Like, we can have a naked cowboy in the 10 degrees in the wintertime.
I know. I love New York. It's my second favorite city, or my other. And I did a show there a while back, pre-COVID. And I did it at a fire station, a firehouse. It was just all really magical. But yeah, I need to get to New York. So book me, will you? I like that. And plus I'm doing a lot of like adventure travel stuff. I just got back from Ireland, which was in a kind of a Game of Thrones. So we're going to these old castles and stuff. Before that, I was in the UK. I'm getting ready in November. And people, if you like vampires, I'm doing a vampire tour of Romania. We're going to, the one everybody thinks is Dracula's castle, that castle, but the one that's beautiful, and the real one. We're going to that witch's pond and doing magic and beautiful ritual there. We're going to that really haunted forest, like second most haunted to that one in Japan, where people get lost. It's like, adventure.
That's awesome.
So adventure travel. That's what I'm excited about too. That and wiener wrangling.
Thank you for explaining that. I appreciate you for that. You have to ask. I mean, there's so many crazy things going on. You just don't know anymore. And everything's accepted today. So, people, by the way, your school, is it Magic AGIC, or is there a K at the end? Because I know
there is a K, Magicus. Magic, the difference. Sure. Yeah, MAGICKUS, like Magic Us, Magicus, University Magicus. It's a silly name on purpose. And you go on to the universitymagicus.com. It says right there, real life Hogwarts. We wanted people to know that it's easy, it's approachable. You don't have to be some spiritual scholar or whatever. Absolutely, it's for everybody, beginners, advanced, just curious. But it's a serious spirituality, old-fashioned mystery school. We don't teach you a truth. We show you everything, and you figure it out. universitymagicus.com. And it's crazy affordable. Literally, it runs about $10 a class with live sitting there on,
That's great.
Yeah.
$10? That's awesome.
Well, yeah. Well, no, if you just buy one class, it's like $25. But if you do, we have a Patreon, like everybody, $10 a month gets you one class a month. $15 or $20 gets you 2 classes, 3 classes. So basically, yeah.
That's great. And this is online, or could you actually go?
No, right now we're getting ready to start live events now that's working. It's online. So I sign on to my little Zoom and all our little heads, and I get to go good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, because there'll be East Coast, West Coast, UK, Australia. It's fun. Right. Some people, it's like 2 a.m. Keep them awake. And then those who don't even want to go live, if it's a bad timing, they get the video. So we've worked everything out. But we're going to do our first live event in LA. We're doing a tea and tarot event here in the Hollywood area now that the world's opening up for those who want. I do like live. Live people are good.
Yeah, I think so. Well, you know what about live? You can't fake it.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like it's you can edit it when you tape it, but when you live, you can't fake it. You know, I just wait, what the heck was that?
It was a ghost walking out the door and messing up the lighting completely.
That just freaked me out because I'm like, because when you edit, you can't fake it, but when you live, you can't. And I'm like, wait, what just happened right here?
And look, do you see a little circle around my haunted doll's head? I don't know what that is. That I can't explain. That's Belle, my 105-year-old haunted doll. If anybody notices, she winks, she moves all by herself.
Oh my God!
But I don't know what that circle came. The light. I apologize for that light.
That's really weird. And if she's waking, she better not be hitting on me, man, because I'm, no offense, you kind of small for me, and I'm just not that. You cute, girl. You cute. You can wink at me. I got my mom's face, but come on, don't be winking at me. I'm just saying.
Well, ghost sex is a thing. Hold on, let me.
Ghost sex.
Yeah. Spectrophilia, it's actually called, the official term. I'm considered an international expert in it. When the playing field is really, really little, you rise to the top fast.
Oh my God. I don't know about anybody else. I don't know if I can have ghost sex because I like to see the people when they're there with me. Like I like to see, like, are you enjoying yourself? Because I just need to know, like, if you are, just blink or something, smile, like, do a moan. If you're a ghost, what you gonna do? Throw me up to the ceiling? That's gonna freak me out, and my libido's gonna go out. I can't do it no more. So
it's been around forever. Every culture has ever had it, from ancient this, and usually it's the bad stuff that gets the incubus and the succubus and the demon on you. But there's just as much good as bad. I've never had it either, but I work with clients that do the good and the bad, how not to have it, the good, how to know that you're not insane. But yeah, spectrophilia.
Well, I got to tell you something, Patti. This is actually been a great interview because you're my first psychic medium. Obviously, I was a little skeptical, but now getting to know you and your personality and just everything about you, I would love to have you back. I think this is great. You open up my eyes and ears to a world that I've never really known before. And I think what you're doing is great. I love how you bring in such great energy into this realm. And congratulations on all your success.
Thank you. And to you with this. I would be honored to come back. You're very fun. You're a great host. I get to see Times Square in the background. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So guys, definitely follow this lady on Instagram, and why don't you let them know where they can follow you and catch up with you.
All right. My website is pattinegri.com, PATTINEGRI.com. Easy to find. On Instagram, I'm Patti.Negri, and there's a bunch of fakes. I never will ask you for money and DM you. I don't. Instagram, on Facebook, Patti Negri Psychic Medium, Twitter, Patti Negri, all the same, all the usual places. My YouTube page, I do lots of free workshops and classes, all my little magic segments from the Witching Hour. The Witching Hour is everywhere. Apple, Audible, all the usual places, iHeart. And just now, move on to my own network, finally, because I got out of it, this exclusivity thing. It's on Paraflix, finally, as of, by the time this airs.
That's awesome. Well, guys, you heard it from Miss Patti, and thanks for being a guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. And hope you have a great night, and we're going to talk soon.
Thank you.
So, Patti, first and foremost, thank you for being a guest on FaceTime with Todd Wharton. And again, you were my first psychic medium, and you know what? I wasn't too freaked out. You made me feel comfortable. You have such great energy. And I think the spirit world liked this interview because nobody came around here and kind of freaked me out except for, the light that came in. But I honestly think the doll was hitting on me. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this interview. Definitely go follow Patti. I think she's great. And until the next time, guys, if you're not living a passionate life, then whose life are you living? Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.
He is the most interesting man in the world.
I'm not always on YouTube, but when I am, I make sure I'm subscribed to FaceTime with Todd Wharton. Be thirsty, my friends.